Hi, this is Phil Shapiro in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Ever since I was a child, I've been a stutterer. And so when a friend told me about this book, I had to get it. It's a children's book, such an interesting, true story about a man from New York City, Alan Rabinowitz. The title of this book is A Boy and a Jaguar. Here is Alan Rabinowitz. He is now all grown up, and you can find, he has a TED Talk, I think, on YouTube, or look him up on the Internet Archive, archive.org. He has such interesting things to say, and what an interesting human being. It's a happy story. It really is a happy story. His life is a happy story about perseverance and about a love of animals. This is from the back cover of the book, a testimonial from Temple Grandin, a beautiful book that will inspire stutterers to succeed and make a positive difference in the world. So, this is from the inside flap of the book. Alan loves animals, but the great cat house at the Bronx Zoo makes him sad. Why are they all alone in bare cages? More than anything, he wants to be their champion, their voice, but he stutters uncontrollably, except when he talks to animals. Then he is fluent. Follow the life of the man Time magazine calls the Indiana Jones of wildlife conservation, as he searches for his voice and fulfills a promise to speak for animals and people who cannot speak for themselves. This real-life story, with tender illustrations by Katya Chien, explores truth not defined by the spoken word. Alan Rabinowitz has dedicated his life to wildlife conservation. A zoologist and conservationist, he is president and CEO of Panthera, a nonprofit organization devoted to protecting the world's 36 wild cat species. He has written numerous articles and books and has been profiled in the New York Times, Scientific American, Audubon, Outside, Jerusalem Report, National Geographic Explorers, among others. He's also an advocate for stutterers and a spokesperson for the Stuttering Foundation of America. He has told audiences that he feels lucky to have been given the gift of stuttering and believes that had he not stuttered, he would not be on the path of his passion, saving big cats. And then here's the two websites, panthera.org, Panthera.org, and stutteringhelp.org. And this is about the author, Katya Chien, an avid painter who works out of her studio in Southern California. The illustrations in this book are delightful. Here, you can see them. This is from the opening of the book. I'm standing in the great cat house at the Bronx Zoo. Why is this jaguar kept in a bare room, I wonder? I lean forward toward my favorite animal and whisper to her. What are you doing, my father asks. So here's a story about this boy, and he's able to identify with the animals and feel a connection to them. And he makes a promise that he's going to help them, these animals. He makes a lifelong promise. What an interesting story. This is from later in the book. It says, I need to get more areas protected for the jaguars. I want to keep the promise I made to the pets in my closet. I have a voice now to speak for animals. So he grows up and he gets this PhD and he becomes a wildlife conservationist. And he convinces the leaders of the country, Belize, to set aside the world's first jaguar preserve. And then after I watched some of the TED Talks, I found out that he not only did that, but he set up a tiger preserve in Myanmar, also known as Burma, which is close to the Himalayas. And the tigers are hunted and they are an endangered species. So now, thanks to Ian Rabinowitz, more tigers can have some safety. So what a very interesting story that he has now devoted his life to protecting the big cats. This book is a short book. It has a bit of a surprise ending, which I'm not going to share here because I'd like you to find out yourself and check to see that your public library owns a copy of this book, A Boy and a Jaguar. If they don't own a copy, they should buy a copy. And if you know any child or adult who stutters, tell them about this book. It's a very encouraging, interesting book. It's a true story about one human being who really made a huge difference in the world. And I bet you his parents had some role in giving him the confidence that he was going to do something great with his life. And he ended up doing that. So if you like my book reviews, you can see more book reviews. You can go to sites.google.com/site Phil Shapiro book reviews. I do my book reviews in video form so that they can reach more people. And some of the people that they reach could get some of the books in audiobook format. And so that would be a nice thing. Be more inclusive that way. You can send me email. Here's my email. There's my Twitter. I'm making this book review in Zoom because I learned how to do this from Jen Peterson, computer science teacher at a high school in Port Chester, New York. She taught me how to do this. I'm using my Blue Yeti microphone. I love this microphone. It's nice, high quality microphone. Blue, B-L-U-E, Yeti, Y-E-T-I, Blue Yeti microphone. And I'll see you next time. Bye.